Okay, then we can get started. People will join slowly in between the call, so that's fine. Yeah. So Prajesh, you had a doubt regarding. Can you
Yeah.
repeat your question?
No, in present situation, will there be any impact on the job? All the things.
Your voice is not that clear. Can you be a bit more louder?
Hello, is it audible now? Hello.
Yeah, it's better. It's better.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, considering the present situation, how
Uh-huh.
it is going to impact the job market? Will the flow, whatever the job openings are, has it come down or is it like the earlier only?
You mean the war between Ukraine and Russia, right?
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
is going on there. Yeah, I mean, in general, Berlin or not Berlin, but Germany is not impacted at the moment because Ukraine is, of course, far away from Germany, and yeah, I don't see any negative impact at the moment. But maybe in long term there could be some impact, but at the moment, I don't see anything happening in Germany. So, did you hear anything? Why did you ask this question? Because Ukraine is an
No,
altogether
simply,
different country, right?
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
this is just a
Yeah.
generical, I asked the machine.
Yeah, I think just to give you a short answer, there is no impact at the moment. Okay, any other questions, guys?
Actually, still we have the same kind of problem. Like we are not getting enough calls at the moment. Actually, there are actually we are applying on an average 3 to 4 jobs per day.
Okay.
What are the main job sites, job portal for Germany? We are applying through LinkedIn. Is there any special main job portals?
Yeah, basically LinkedIn is the go-to platform, I would say, for job applications, because there are other platforms as well, but the companies who are in those platforms, they expect you to be in Germany already, or at least have some German fluency. But LinkedIn is a platform which is an international platform, right? So people or companies.
German fluency means can the B1 level be sufficient?
Yeah, it's not about the certification. It's about, are you able to speak German? Are you able to interact in German language or not?
Okay.
So
B1
even if you are
level
C1 and you are not able to talk in German, then it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So B1 level of study will give some understanding about the German language, right? No? And then we have to practice a little bit, then that will work out, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you do till B1, you should have good understanding of the German language, and then it's more about doing practice.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. And would you like to share your experience of what all things you tried? And as I think Ram said, you are trying 3 times, applying to 3 jobs a day. And are you getting some responses? I mean, are you getting some, even the rejection emails?
Yes. That we are getting. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, what we are applying not only German, for German and UK both we are applying together actually. So yeah, whenever gets we are of course we are getting responses in case of rejected or something. The only thing is it has not reached to a level where we can have will be interviewed by the employer. That actually did not happen. Actually, Prajesh got some calls, but again, I think did not result in a full-fledged interview.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get the first round cleared, because most of the companies in Germany, they are not looking for international candidates, right? You have to understand that fact. So why would a company look for international candidates when they already have a lot of people already working in Germany? So I mean, the success ratio for clearing the first round is very less. So the only thing that you can do is apply to as many jobs as possible. So 3 jobs is fine, but maybe go till maybe 5 to 10 jobs a day.
But we are not finding that many opportunities for our skills actually. 10 jobs per day we are not getting.
Yeah, that is also a thing I understand, but yeah, there are both the things, right? Even the companies, from the company side, if you look at the whole scenario, then it takes some time for the visa processing and everything, right? So company prefer people who are already in Germany. That's a fact.
Actually, one more thing I just want to ask, the same question I had asked sometime back. Like, how feasible is traveling to Germany and then apply for job from there on a job seeker visa actually?
Yeah, that's quite feasible. People are doing that already.
Because when we checked with one of our friend, he was telling that's not that feasible. So, but whatever we have to get it, we have to get it from here, like he was telling. So that's why I just thought of checking.
No, that's not true. So if you get a job seeker visa and you are able to travel to Germany, then of course it will give you a lot of I would say preference over the candidates who are applying directly from India. Yeah. So once you are in Germany and you apply to jobs, then it's very much easier to get a job in Germany, I would say.
Yeah, so it's always we can be optimistic while traveling to Germany on a job seeker visa and applying. There is nothing wrong in that, right?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. That's the official way of coming to Germany and applying to jobs. So there is nothing wrong. I don't see anything wrong there. It's just that you have to time it properly so that you don't come to Germany during the winter vacations or the summer vacations. So you don't. I mean, basically the winter vacations during the period of November and to January beginning, because most of the companies are in a slow mode during this period. So you don't
during
want to.
May,
Yeah.
after May it is fine, right? After
Yeah, I
May,
mean after
before November.
January or after February, it's a good time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this one, for example, if I want to come on job seeker visa, does any documents like birth certificate, anything is required, or that's what are
For
the
that, you have to check the job seeker visa documentation checklist. You will see all the required documents there. So whatever is mentioned there, you have to provide that.
Okay, so that the link I will get it in the portal, right? No?
Yeah, of course. And you can also get it in the official German consulate website.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Ram, you have some doubt about the birth certificate.
Yeah, actually, just want to know how urgent or how we need to get this birth certificate actually. Because we have our birthplace, all those things, information in our education certificates, 10th class certificates. But still, is it required? Is it very mandatory to have a birth certificate?
No, birth certificate is not mandatory for the employee. It's basically required for the child. If your child is accompanying you, then you need a birth certificate for your child. For
Okay.
you don't need it. I mean, I have not seen any documentation requirement for birth certificate as such.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I think I also don't have a birth certificate at the moment.
Yeah, actually, basically, what happened, I am basically from Kerala. So the information, whatever they have given in the place where they have put in birth certificate and in 10th standard certificate are different.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yeah, that
that is
shouldn't
the
be a
reason.
problem. Yeah, that shouldn't be a
Yeah.
problem. Also, if you have documents, keep all those documents in English. Make sure all of them are in English.
Yes.
And in some of the certificate marks it, my name is somewhere like Rajesh Balan, and somewhere it is Balan Rajesh, something like that. So how to deal with this? Will that be okay?
Yeah, I
Rajesh
mean,
Balan.
minor mismatches is still fine. It should be the most important document is your passport. So if the name as per your passport will be given in the visa and everywhere else when you move to Germany. So make sure that your name on passport is the actual name that you want to have.
Actually, one more thing is this public transport is friendly, right? I think the commuter friendly, right? In Germany.
What exactly do you mean by commuter friendly? How
I mean,
exactly you?
like buses or tram. So those kind of, or trains are. I mean, we don't have to depend on cars and all, right?
Yeah, exactly. They are very frequent, and I stay in Berlin, and I don't own a car. So every 5 minutes you have a tram or a U-Bahn, or U-Bahn is basically kind of the metro in India, and you also have trains to connect different cities. So they are very frequent, and yeah, they are not crowded as well. Usually not crowded
And
and well
if we
maintained as
don't
well.
know, and if we don't know German, and if we communicate with them in, like, say, in English or in broken English, would that be fine, or whether they will feel offended by, or
Uh, I mean, the ideal way is to ask them first whether they speak English. And if they say yes, then you can talk to them in English. Otherwise, directly talking to them in English kind of sometimes make them, feel bad about it. Uh, but most of the people nowadays, they speak English, at least in the cities like Berlin, Frankfurt, Munich, and these, I mean, the international cities where you have a lot of international people. But if you go to a other smaller city, then it might be a problem. But also considering the supermarkets and the small stores, if you go to those places, then of course you need to have at least some basic level of German knowledge, because the people at supermarkets, they are usually salespeople, and they don't speak much English most of the time. But some of them, yes, they also do, and there are exceptions all the time.
No, now if I plan to come on job seeker visa, for example, I am thinking of 3 months. In that case, how much money should I think of that expense for managing the 3 months like that?
So the job seeker visa is for 6 months. So ideally, you should be utilizing the complete 6 months and plan for the whole 6 months. And because it might be possible that in the first 3 months you might not get a job, right? So in that case, it doesn't make sense to come back to India after just completing 3 months in Germany. So I would say if you are going on a job seeker visa, plan for the whole 6 months and have money in your account for your sustenance for the next 6 months. So it's not just about having money in the bank account, but also you have to consider the fact that you are jobless for this 6 months period, right? And when you come back to Germany, if you do not get a job in Germany and come back to India, then you have to again find a new job in India. So all those things you have to consider before you plan the whole job seeker visa thing. So it's not just about money. But yeah, if you are asking about the money, then I think in general, I also wrote a blog in the website. You can see the expense, the cost of living in Germany for an Indian family. But since you are going to come alone, you can also cut down that cost to maybe 50 to 60%, and then see the exact calculation. But in general, I would say it would cost you approximately 1,000 euros a month if you are like cutting cost and not spending much. So if you have around 80,000 to 90,000 for 1 month expense, then you are all good.
80,000? You mean, say, like,
So,
rupees, or?
Yeah, of course, rupees, 80,000 to 90,000 rupees
Okay.
per month, per month. So for 6 months, you have to multiply by 6.
Okay. And one thing I want, that regarding that SIM card, how can we get a SIM card from India and before traveling to this one, and or can we, it's okay to get it from there directly, buy a SIM card, or get
Yeah,
a.
it's if you get it from India, then again the roaming cost and everything, right? So it's always better to come to Germany, and on the same day you can get a SIM and you can activate it on the same day.
Okay. So
Anoop,
basically the providers like Vodafone are there, or?
Yeah, Vodafone, and there are a lot of companies, so you don't have to worry about that. And you can usually get it from the supermarket. So when you go to supermarket, there are SIM cards and everything available there. So it's not that hard. So did someone else also? Yeah, please go ahead.
Anoop, Sushant this side.
Yeah,
Anoop,
Sushant, please go ahead.
if we take help of any consultancy, how reliable are these people? Over here in India, if I take help of any kind of consultancy, like, what are the chances of, do they, are capable enough of placing a person in Germany? See,
Frankly
I'll
speaking,
tell you
I'll
tell you my experience. Last month only I started up with their services for the UK. Now UK visa program, but see, they are doing a lot of work. On a week-to-week basis, they are applying around 40 to 50 jobs. But what I have personally felt is that employers don't approach you. You don't get a single call also. And I had a lengthy discussion with these people also. Okay, these people, what they do is that on namesake basis they are applying into bulk jobs, right? Without understanding the job, what is the job description and what are the keywords to be. They should be considering about. So that doesn't actually works. I even told them that applying in bulk doesn't apply. That any 10th or 12th pass, a guy can do it. There is no point in hiring you people as a consultant if you cannot apply your do some certain sort of application. So my point is that just wanted to understand how does it work for Germany. Are they actually good, or is the same way around?
I personally have never used any consultancy, and I think for applying to jobs in Germany, you don't need a consultancy in general. You can do things on your own, and it's pretty straightforward and pretty simple. The process of finding a job and all the visa processing for Germany is pretty straightforward. They do not have point system. They do not have all that complex systems to come to their country, right? So I think you generally don't need a consultancy. You can always get all the information on internet, and also in our group, you can ask questions, and I think it's that much easy, and you don't need any special consultancy for this.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my personal suggestion, but of course there might be some consultancies that have some success rates, but I've never heard any success cases from anyone so far.
Right.
Yeah, so whoever got job in our group also, they have done everything on their own.
Okay.
And the other thing is, when you do things on your own, you also understand things, right? So that's also very important. If you seek help from consultancy, they will do most of the things and you will not understand the whole process. So it's important to understand the process. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, with my experience also, I've come to the conclusion that that these things doesn't work actually. They are just
exactly.
Go on applying in bulk, and it's actually a wastage of money. These people are good in processing your visa process, or you can say that for Australia and Canada kind of immigration, they are good at that. They are not good at a job consultancy.
Probably. I've never used them, so no personal experience there. Okay, so Parag, do you have any question?
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead.
So I do not have questions. As I said in the last meetup that I had a second round of interview, and everything went very well, but unfortunately I received a rejection that they found some better candidate for that position. So I am still doing the job application as usual.
Yeah, that's a very common thing. It's not just the reason might not be because that you are in India. It might be that they have actually found someone who is better than you, or maybe exactly matching the job description or something. So they interview a lot of people at the same time, right? So it's not just you. So maybe someone who is matching more for the job profile, they have selected that person. But yeah, don't lose hope and keep trying.
No, because this happened me for 6th time.
Okay. Yeah, that
So,
happens
yeah.
usually. Don't worry about that. I mean, there are people who are trying from last 6 to 7 months, and also I see there is one person who tried for 1 year and then finally got the job. So keep trying. There will be a day when
Yes.
you clear all the rounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Regarding school fees, over there, for example, if I want to admit my children in English medium, so how much high is the fees per month? What is the standard fees over there?
Yeah, so English medium is basically international schools, and international schools are very expensive here. I think it's close to 1,000 euros per month that you have to pay for each child, which is kind of not affordable if you are the only earning person in the family. So if you and you are married and your wife is also working, then it kind of makes sense. Otherwise, if you are the only sole earning person, then it's very expensive. So 1,000 euros per month on just the fees, and then you also have to consider your rental expenses and also the groceries and electricity and all that bills as well. And you also want to save some money, right? That's why you are in Germany. So those things together adds up a lot, and you will not be able to save any money in that case. So it's ideal to come to Germany and also put your kids in the normal, the government run schools, which teaches everything in German. And it's the right way to go forward. If you are planning for the international schools, then make sure that you and your wife, both of you, are working and you are able to afford that fees.
No, here if for 6th standard, 7th or 8th standard children, if we admit over there, then how easy it is to learn the German in that thing? Because German will be one of the subject, or it will be used for all the subjects.
Yeah, if you go to the government run schools, then all the subjects will be in German, including maths, science, and all the subjects. Just like in India, we have Hindi medium schools, right? So Hindi medium teaches everything in Hindi except English. So similarly, all the subjects will be taught in German except English.
That would be a little bit difficult.
Can you be a bit more louder, Prajesh? Your voice is not clear.
In that case, that would be a little bit difficult.
Yeah, of course it is difficult. I mean, if your kids are grown up and they don't speak German, then of course it will be difficult. But for kids, I would say it doesn't take more than 6 months for them to get used to a new language. So they are very quick learners, and it shouldn't be a problem. It will be difficult in the initial months, but they will definitely catch up. Any other questions, guys? We still have 5 more minutes. Okay, if you guys don't have any questions, then we can end this call today. Okay, guys, have a nice weekend. It was really nice talking to you, and I hope most of your questions were answered. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy the day.
Have a nice weekend to you also.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.